the sun in the morning, go to sleep with the moon at night.
For the model train enthusiast, we lord over a world where the neighbors are always kind, the lovers always end up together.
Allison, every memory I cherish has you in it. I love you.
And the trains always take you to the far-off places you always swore you'd go. In life, of course, nothing is nearly as neat and tidy.
Aren't you engaged to Nathan Adams?
I was, yeah.
I heard what happened to you, the accident.
The woman that died was about to be my sister-in-law.
Time keeps on coming.
Hi, Dad.
I've been all around.
I'm worried about you.
I want my life back. I want my child back.
I need help.
I know.
Allison, don't run away now because of me.
There are thousands of meetings. I'll find another one.
Well, somehow you found your way to this one. Come on.
Stare into space.
Lately, so much of my life has been out of control. I just caught my granddaughter having sex with a boy who looked like a man.
Hey, Belinda, I found this fool in bed with my Ryan.
She said she was 18 online.
You're a fuck boy. He's a fuck boy. That's what the kids call them. Get out of our neighborhood, fuck boy.
Okay.
What the hell did you do to your hair?
It's Makeover Monday.
It's Friday.
Oh. This is incredible.
My wife used to hang out with me down here. She liked the whistle.
I don't know how to do this.
Takes work. I got one of those audio books on how to talk to a teen.
How's that working out?
I am so not going to talk about sex with my grandfather.
Really? Because I just love this shit. I'm in way over my head.
If we found like a craft that we like, we could be on Shark Tank. We would be like, hey sharks. No. I knew you would like that idea.
What's going on? It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds Rule the World. I have just come out of the press screening for A Good Person. So my initial thoughts, it's a horror film. But it's a necessary film. It's a beautiful film. But it's about loss, and coming out of loss, and recovery, and addiction, and everything. There's a lot of emotions going on in this film. I'm not gonna lie, I cried quite a bit. I'm an empath, y'all. You know me. I feel a lot of things. In this film, I felt a lot of things. I see a lot of action films, but this one hits you hard in the feels, and it's beautiful but necessary. Check it out. It arrives in theaters on March 24th, in selected theaters, and everywhere on March 31st. I'll have my full review on the NRW, and I'll be talking all about it, of course, on WTOP-FM Radio. There you go. Good person. We all struggle to be one. Hopefully we can live that in our own way. All right, peace.
Boom, that was the trailer for A Good Person, in select theaters right now, but arriving everywhere on March 31st. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as we do, I'm about to drop a review for y'all on A Good Person. I got a chance to see it early, and it affected me. I cried a lot. Bring the tissues. It's a good cry, but it's a necessary cry, because sometimes we got to let out those emotions. So as we do, I will break down the story, give you the characters, actors in the film, and give you my full thoughts review for this project. So the storyline, as you see from the trailer, there's an accident that occurs. But first, we open up with Florence Pugh's character of Allison becoming engaged. They're at a party celebrating with family and friends. The following day, she and her sister-in-law, or to-be sister-in-law to be, along with her husband, go on a drive to the city to try on her wedding dress. However, an accident happens. Florence looks down at her phone and an accident occurs. And we then go to the hospital where her fiance is there to be by her side, along with her mother. the fiance makes a call to the grandfather, his dad, to let him know because he's taking his granddaughter to school, and lets them know that the parents are gone, and to let the daughter know, and make these tough calls that happens when you have an accident. So we open up the film with that, and that's a lot. And we then follow a year later. We find that Allison, Florence Pugh's character, is struggling with recovery. She's becoming addicted to the drugs that she was prescribed, Oxycontin, and she's broken up with her fiance, and just trying to cope and deal with life. It's hard, after a situation like this. She finds herself going to an AA meeting, and coming across Daniel, played by Morgan Freeman, her would have been father-in-law, at the same AA meeting. And she decides to leave, but he tells her to stay. You need this, just like he needs this. And things continue from there to them, talking about these issues and somewhat of what happened. She finds out that Daniel is taking care of the granddaughter now because, the parents have passed, and finds out that also her former fiance has moved on, and with a new life and new love, and it's difficult. And so a lot of the film is just about, addiction and moving on and life after a tragedy. We then have the granddaughter meeting Florence Pugh's character of Allison for the first time, having that interaction because she was the last one to see her parents and what she knew about her parents and all of that. And then it leads to a connection there. We also find out more of what happened between Daniel and his son and her former fiance. There was a situation there that made that relationship estranged. So it's a very difficult film. The film then just kind of carries on with how do we progress from here. I don't want to spoil the film. I'm trying to avoid spoilers. But it's a deep film, but we'll get into that more with the review. But that is your basic plot. That is your basic story. Apologize if I'm a little bit all over the place, because as you knew, if you watch reviews on this channel, it's generally me and one of my cohorts on the team talking about the film to give you a little bit more rounded conversation. So there's your basic plot. There's your basic story. Let's get on to the cast and crew. As I always say, I like to give love to everybody on the project. It takes a village to make a film. I know that as a filmmaker. And so while we may highlight certain people, that is only just because that's how the system is. And just, to kind of, the people that are in the center seats, if you will, but it takes a village to make a film. So shout out to everybody on the cast and crew. But to highlight the writer director on this project, the people that we couldn't live without on this film. We can't live out with everybody, but there's certain people that really helped bring this film to us. The writer director on this is Zach Braff, actor, filmmaker. You know him from Scrubs, but he also did Garden State and some other projects. But Zach Braff, and you've seen him in those commercials as well with his Scrubs partner over there, making us laugh. So shout out to Zach Braff on the writing, directing chores. For the cast, the highlights are Florence Pugh as Allison. You've seen her recently in the Black Widow films. She will be in Thunderbolts coming soon from Marvel. I first saw Florence Pugh in Fighting with My Family, the story of WWE wrestler, now AEW wrestler Paige, now Saraya. Phenomenal actor in this. She really just laid it bare in this. Shout out to her. You also saw her recently in Don't Worry, Darling and The Wonder. Playing her fiance in this project, as well as the son of Morgan Freeman in this project, is Chinaza Uche. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Phenomenal actor from Nigerian heritage, born in Edinburgh, been in a lot of off-Broadway projects. We've also seen him in Fear of the Walking Dead, Little America, opposite Hailey Seinfeld on Apple TV's Dickinson. great job in this. Looking forward to seeing him do a lot more work. But just a great actor in this project, playing the fiance of Florence Pugh's character. The granddaughter in this film is Celeste O'Connor. She is plays Ryan, the granddaughter who lost her parents in this. I've seen her in Ghostbusters Afterlife. She's done a bunch of projects like Irreplaceable You, Sella and the Spades. Just a great actress. Amazing actor in this. Looking forward to seeing how she continues to build her career. She had to convey a lot of emotions and a lot of, she lost her parents and then she's living with a grandfather. There's a lot of life that she has to portray and live in this. Shout out to Celeste O'Connor. Also rounding out the cast, Simone, the one who runs the AA meetings, is Zoe Lister-Jones. She's done a lot of TV work. I was curious where I had seen her in. She was on the CBS's Life in Pieces. Phenomenal actress as well. Done some theater. But yes, great job by the entire cast. This film was well cast. Really enjoyed everybody's portrayals. Everybody did their thing in this project. But again, it takes a village. So shout out to the entire cast and crew of A Good Person. So there you go. That's kind of like the story plot breakdown, as well as the cast. As I said earlier, man, it's a hard film, but I think it's a necessary film. I watched, on the NRW, we do a lot of pop culture stuff. We watch a lot of superheroes, action films, and a lot of films that are just, average. I think films that get me to feel in a way really grabbed my attention, and this film really made me feel. I cried a lot throughout this film. I connected with everyone in this cast because of just the emotions. I think they were really developed. I think in a lot of ways, the world we went through a pandemic, living life, and as you get older, I'm an old head. Y'all know I'm an empath, which means I feel, and I feel a lot because I've went through a lot in life, and the title grabs me from this film. And having seen this film, that brought up so many emotions. I think I was just curious about this title of this film, and then having watched this film, watching how a person deals with grief and life and terrible situations, but just trying to make our way when we feel broken. Florence Pugh's character of Allison, she thought she had everything. She's engaged, beautiful husband, beautiful life, great family, friends, and then all of a sudden tragedy erases everything away. And then where do you continue from that? You feel like you had everything and it's all stripped away. And then you can get addicted to things. And and then you meet other people and you find out, through the course of this film, we learn that Morgan Freeman's character is estranged from his son due to him being a cop, his responsibilities of that taking away. And then also finding out that he had an alcohol problem. And then he did an action one night that caused an estrangement with him and his son. But also just how he kind of ruled the household to be a father. Because now Morgan Freeman's character is having to be a father in a way to his granddaughter with the parents not being there. So there's that, and the connection of him with the granddaughter and just being a parent all over again. He did that once with his son, that got estranged, and now he's having to be a parent again. And then seeing that become estranged again and him driving to the bottle again. And that's what brings him to meetings. But also he lost his daughter. So it's a cast of characters that are just going through it. And when you live life, we're just going through it. We're all trying to be good people, but we are all really broken inside. I can relate to that. If y'all have watched some of the stuff on the channel, I don't cover up that I've had a lot of issues here and there in my life. To be frank, if you haven't seen that particular episode of my ShoPowSho, there's a time when I was in the military. I at the early stage of the military, I joined the military and I was out on deployment and I nearly committed suicide. That was one of the most significant moments of my life because it helped change my life. I never wanted to reach that low point again. To me, it was one of my lowest points because I could have ended it all. But through that moment, I've gained strength, and I just told myself I don't ever want to reach that point again. And so I'm not afraid to talk about it because I think other people have been there, have gone there. And I'm thankful that there's certain people that I know that have gone there and are still here. Because I'm rejoicing that I'm still here, that I didn't do it. And I couldn't believe that I got there. And there's been significant points in life where things could have brought me to there again. But I've leaned back on that strength of that there's so much more that I want to do and accomplish and live and need to be there for my family and my the people that love me. But we are all broken, and we're living in a pandemic. We're coming out of pandemic. And yeah, so this film touched me in a lot of ways. It just reminds me about life. And, we watch so many films, but with a lot of films, we don't feel. And this film made me feel. And that's so important when life can be so stagnant and just, the same every day, and watching these films and shows that I do on this channel every day. But when it makes you feel, I think there's something to that. And that's why I wanted to do this review by myself, because, I do reviews with everybody else on this channel. So I really connected with this film. And I think Zach Braff, this entire cast really put their foot in. These are relatable characters. These are relatable experiences. And while it's a hard film, it's a necessary film. We need to see films like this that remind us that we are all going through it, but we can all rise above it. But yet this film doesn't sugarcoat everything. It's a long drawn out film not that it's long, it's a journey. Things aren't easy, and we see her suffer and fall back, and along with everybody in this cast to just get through life. It's not easy, and it's not a Hollywood ending. And I think a lot of projects that I watched on with these things that I do on the channel are that, and make it forgettable, but it's a journey. So I think we go through a journey through this film. We see these characters go through it, and I can relate to it, and it made me feel. And well done, bravo, Zach Braff and cast and crew. Yeah, I cried buckets, but I also got inspired to just make better choices and remember why I'm here, why I do things. And I think we need those wake ups and reminders to keep pushing. But I think I got lost earlier. The title of this also grabbed me because I think, all these characters, want to just be good people. We want to be a good person. And while we may be broken or feel broken inside, we're still good people. And I'm going to continue for myself personally to continue to try and be a better person. And I hope y'all will be there. We'll do that too. And it's not easy, but we don't have to be perfect. We can be broken and still be good people. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to cry in front of y'all again. Because I've done some on other shows or something. I don't know, on vlogs, and I don't know. I put a lot of my life out there on the internet. But it's to just be real with y'all, to show love for my love for pop culture, talk about great films. And there you go. I think A Good Person is one of them. I think I really enjoyed this film. I felt this film made me feel. And I think that's what the intention is when we do films like this. I know that's my intention as a filmmaker, but there you go, y'all. Those are my feelings. If you want to talk all about A Good Person, if you want to talk to me, share your stories, put it in the comments, man. Let's be a collective humanity and share and show each other that, while we may go through it, we're here for each other and we can support each other. So to reach out to me, follow me on Twitter, TikTok, IG, Hive, at The Legend Kuya P. You can follow the whole squad at the NRW and Release Wednesday. And I am a card-carrying nerd. And over here at the NRW, nerds rule the world. Let's do it, y'all. Let's all strive to be better people. Let's strive to be good people. Shout out again to the cast and crew of A Good Person. I enjoy this film, and I'm inspired by it, and I'm going to keep fighting to be a good person, y'all.